Alright, trying to get this set up. So good morning, Bumble Jeepers. Some updates. Liftgate is already on. I had an opportunity to have somebody help me do it, and they didn't want to be on camera, so it's done. It does need adjustment. Gonna go for a walk, and hopefully disconnecting this from the charger won't shut things off. Bear with. Okay, still going. So, not sure why. I put things back in their regular location as far as I could tell when I swapped over the parts, but it closes really hard. Here. See, it's really hard. And then if you look at this side, it's, oh, sorry, there, that should be better. You can see seems like the gate is shifted over this way, and then you come on this side and it's the other way. So what I'm going to do, and it's not that difficult, is I'm going to move this pin this way. It's pretty easy. It's 1/2 inch or 13 millimeter nuts on the bottom, and then the whole thing just slides over. There's a shim in the plate. Could tap it with a hammer, but that's a lazy way to do it. So anyhow, I'm going to be doing that. And then the other project that's on the books for today is this. This is the pressure line for the power steering pump. If you saw the last video when I was working on the bracket, I think that one got posted up. Anyhow, the power steering pressure line on this is rusted really bad, and it's like about a second away from blowing out. So this was got this on Rock Auto, and it was really inexpensive. Why don't they give you the price on here? Don't know. Anyhow, it was under $20, and I know these lines are expensive when you get them at the regular auto parts store. I think I had to get AC lines after when I put the new AC condenser in, because the other ones got destroyed removing them, trying to disconnect them from the AC. They were all rotted, and so I know the AC lines for this one of them was $70 some, and the other one was a little more or a little less expensive for me. So when I found this on Rock Auto for $20 or under $20, it may have even been under $10. I don't know. I have to look it up, but yeah, it was a no-brainer. I don't want to lose power steering on this someplace along the road, and a lot of times when you run the pump slow on fluid for long periods of time, it ruins the pumps. And power steering pumps aren't cheap. My PT Cruiser needs one. It's going to be, and it's just the pump. You don't get the reservoir or anything with it. It's like $60. So anyhow, I'm going to get this started. Maybe try and set the camera up so you guys can see a little bit of what's going on. Hoping maybe after the first of the year I can get a little bit better camera equipment than a cell phone, and we'll see see if that works out or not. But for now, that's all I got. So I'm going to pause you here, get set up, make the adjustment on the lift gate, and get started on the power steering line, and we'll see how it goes from there. So be back in a flash. All right. Ooh, that felt good. Backed right into that. Oh, you can't see it. It's not on frame. No, barely. Anyhow, so I'm set up to do this. I got the new hose out. Got the new O-rings installed on the ends of it. Just have to get the air box out. Got the other plumbing removed. As you may have noticed in previous videos, I use power tools as much as possible. Sorry. So we'll see how much of this the camera catches. Need an extension. All right. I don't know how this is going to work out. I plugged it in while the camera was paused. I don't know if I need to pause it to unplug it. We'll try that. Otherwise, this is going to be a part 1 and part 2. Okay, it worked. So this is the hose I was talking about. It's in pretty bad shape, especially in this area right here. And it just goes up here onto the pump and then down here onto the steering box. I think I'm going to leave the fan in just because I don't want to take a chance on whacking the radiator with a wrench. So I'm going to put you back up on the thing, hook you back up to the charger, and let's see. And away we go. Not sure of the sizes yet. 15 maybe? Nope. 16? 16 it is. Amazingly, it didn't spin the hose. It broke loose from the hose, or the line. So the line fitting on the pump is 16 millimeters. I forgot to look to see if I have power steering fluid anywhere here in the shop. So what we're going to do the fitting ends one at a time. And you don't want to cross thread this. Got it started. Excellent. Excellent smoothness. All right, one down, one to go. Should be easier with the radiator hose off. Wow. Alright, well, that is not working. I can't get a good angle on the wrench. So, rather than drag this out indefinitely, I am going to look at my options and see what else. I have line wrenches, and 16 millimeters very close to 5/8, so I'm going to see if I can maybe get a line wrench on it and do that. So I'll be back. Don't go away. Okay, so I've come to a decision as to the best way of doing this. I am going to remove the lower radiator hose, which means I'm going to drain the cooling system. I have a good bucket this time, not one with a leak in it. And sorry, that was all off camera. Got the bucket set up. The drain on this is located in such a way that it's a straight drop from the plug down to the bucket. I don't have to worry about splashing a lot of coolant all over the place. So I'm going to get that done and then remove the lower radiator hose, get it out of the way. It'll come off the water pump and the radiator. That'll be out of the way, and then I'll have better access to it. I looked into cutting it above the fitting so I can get a socket on it from above, and there's just not, with the hose in there, there's just not enough room. And then the other thing I want to try to avoid is removing the other line. The other line is the low pressure return line to the reservoir, and if I pull that line off of the steering box, the pump or the reservoir on the pump will drain. I just got a message, didn't know what it was doing. It said something about recording while charging. Anyhow, that's not an option at this point. So hopefully with the lower radiator hose removed, that'll give me enough access to it. So I'm going to pause you folks right now, and I'll be back. Okay, so it's making a mess anyhow. The new plug, unlike the one on the other radiator, well, this does have a groove in it. I don't know how much of that you can see. But it doesn't drain straight down. The other one, the port on the side of the plastic reservoir on the radiator had, as you cranked out the petcock, it had a spout pointing straight down. This is just a bong on the side of the aluminum tank, and yeah, that's the best accommodation. I don't know. That's the best accommodation they can meet to get it pointed straight downward. So it's just spewing straight out, going all over everything. So it's okay. I wanted to flush the cooling system anyhow, because I've never done it, and I don't know when the last time this was flushed, although everything in there looks nice and clean. I want to keep it nice and clean, so I'm going to, at some point, put a can of flush in here, top it off, and get as much of this stuff back in as I can today when I'm all done. And sorry, it's a little cool in the garage and my nose is running. Anyhow, get as much of that back in there, put a can of flush in there, drive it for a couple days with the flush in, then drain the whole system again and flush it. Hook up a hose. Maybe I'll put a T fitting in one of the heater hoses and hook it up to a garden hose and really flush it out rather than just drain it. But yeah, take care of that. So I'm going to pause you again while this drains out and get the hose off, and then we'll see where we are. All right, got it off. With the hose out of the way, I was able to get in there with a little recip saw, cut it off. So now I'm going in with a socket, and it doesn't appear that that fitting is the same size. Which may be why I couldn't get the wrench on it. Yeah, it's definitely a bigger fitting. So let's figure out what size it is. That's one of the reasons I like these Cobalts. They have a scale on either side. It tells you one side's metric, the other side is imperial or standard inch, whatever you want to call it. So, got to figure out what size it is. It's just under 3/4, 17 millimeters. There you go. It's 17 millimeters. So, I'm going in with a socket just because of the wonderful things I does. 17, a long extension, and big ratchet. So okay, that was the replacement size. Let's see what size this one is. Looks like it might be 18. Alright, gonna have to use a wobble extension. Yeah, that's a wobble extension. Alright, let's get a little more leverage on it. That doesn't want to do it. There you go. There it is. And you cut it off pretty flush. Got a pile of scrap steel there that has to go out. So now it's just a matter of putting the other end in. Hopefully it won't be a big pain in the butt getting it started. I keep forgetting to put my gloves on. I have gloves. So let's put some gloves on. Are you ready for your examination? Sorry. Should have done this at the beginning of the job. All right. Let's see if we can get this one stalled. Also want to confirm, is it 17 millimeter or 18? It is 18. Who'd have thunk it? Yeah, can't use a ratchet wrench on it. Ooh, this should be fun. Okay. That was too easy. This is fun. So, did you hear about the dyslexic agnostic insomniac? He was up all night wondering if there really was a dog. I guess when they designed this, you're supposed to put this one in first and then replace the low pressure line at the same time. There we go. Probably would have been a good idea, but there's really nothing wrong with the low pressure line on this. Guessing maybe at some point it might have been swapped out. This one wasn't. So the last guy to work on this with the same thing I'm doing, they just changed the line. Bad. Almost there. All right, she's in. I got to dig around and see if I can find some power steering fluid and put the cooling system back together and fill it off. For now, yeah, I don't like dirty gloves either. So almost 25 minutes into this, we're at just short of 23. So I'm going to cut it off here. Got the worst of it done, huh? Let's take you over. So, new line in, old line out. Yeah, I tried to cut it with those. That didn't work. So, yep. Here's the new intake all in and done. The new power steering brackets all taken care of. The belt's nice. It works. I gotta roll this over and get the number off of this belt because this is the correct belt apparently, at least the way I have it routed now. So, I looked at some videos of other XJs and I figured out what happened to my belt routing diagram. Last accident, this got broke, and this is where the sticker is. It's either like right in here or right over here, and this is an aftermarket shroud. Actually, this is the third one. The one that was on it when I was in the accident broke. I ordered a new one. The new one came in, broke. So this is the third one. And at some point, I don't know, it's long gone, but I have to see if I can order the sticker for the belt routing on this. So you notice I pulled this off too. Didn't want the, it's supposed to help the cooling system drain a little bit better. So anyhow, the drain plug's back in the radiator. Got to put the hoses back on, fill up the cooling system, put the air box back in, and this job is done. I did get a little bit of adjustment done on the lift gate. So it's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. I may, if I want it perfect, I might have to slot the holes on the latch. But you can hear it when it opens. It's closing better now, though. I don't have to slam it as hard. So that's taken care of, and you can see, hopefully, this is dirty. This is almost clean. Paint matches right on because it's the same paint, same color. So I was hoping to get the doors off, stripped and painted, and get the door jambs painted, And then this fender needs repainted to match the rest of it. And then of course these two areas on either side and the cowl cover needs to be repainted. And then this is all one color and it's done except for the stripes. And as a volunteer here on campus, I'm supposed to have this break off, but they have so much to do here. That's probably not going to happen. I mean, I've had a little time off, but it's probably not going to happen. See this truck over here? This is the one that had the bad hinges on the door. I got the new latch put in. Had to do this to hook up the linkage, but that'll cover up with a piece of tape. This door is pretty much shot anyhow. But it closes and opens. Have to slam it a little hard. I may have to move the pin out a little bit from slamming it. From them slamming it, this may have been, actually it looks like it's, if you look down on it, it looks like it may be rotated back, so I may have to put something on there and roll it out, and that'll probably take care of it. You can see this is all bulged out right here. So anyhow, this is pretty much taken care of. I got to put the interior panel back on and throw a piece of duct tape over this, and this is done. The operations manager asked me when I told him I was going to get this door fixed what it would take to inspect this truck. I told him a miracle. Pennsylvania, as I've mentioned before, has some of the strictest inspection requirements in the U.S., if not the strictest. And if there's somebody out there that's stricter in another state than Pennsylvania, let me know. But you got this. You got that. This rocker panel's gone, and I'm sure the inner rockers are gone as well. Surprisingly, that door closes, but it needs hinge pins as well. I don't know if I'm going to have them order another set of hinge. I mean, they're cheap. I think it's like $6 for the hinge pins for this side, and they're not that hard to change. So anyhow, I ramble. Going to finish this up here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hope you learned a little something. Like, subscribe, and share. I guess a lot of you folks that watch the videos aren't subscribed. I would appreciate a sub if you don't mind. If you have a YouTube channel, as I've said before, you sub to me, and I have 2 channels. I'll sub to you with both of mine. So it's a two for one. 1 subscription from you gets 2 from me. So I don't know how long I can keep that up. I'm at 69 subscribers right now. Somebody please subscribe and break that and make it to 70, or let's get it up to 75. Love to have 100. Love to have a lot more. Anyhow, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking in this long. God bless. Stay well.